All right, it is recording, and we are talking about given a point and a slope. I have taught you how to graph that. Obviously, if you were to take a point and a slope, just any point, it's different than having the slope intercept form. Let me show you the difference.
Where's Elmo?
Okay, 2, 3. I'm going to start by graphing over 2 and up 3. And that's that spot right here. Now what do you do? Yes, sir?
Look for 4 on the Y.
Nope, false. Thank you for trying. Starting there, if I have a slope of 4, what should I do? What do you think? Go up 4 and over 1. Very good.
Where do you get the 1? Oh, never mind.
Because it's over 1. All right. But I know you weren't the only one thinking it. Up 4 and over 1. Okay? All right. So then all you had to do is draw a line through those points and you've got your line. So what if we go the other way, though? What if I give you the equation? Then we're going to start here and go like that. I'd like you to tell me, if you can, what the equation of that line would be. Give you a hint, it's something like this. But it's not that. Figure out the slope. It goes here. Figure out the point where it hits the y-axis. It goes there. I'm going to pause while you give that a try. Okay, so I'm going to give you another one. That one was 2x plus 3 because the slope was 2 and the y-intercept was 3. See if you can handle this one. What would the equation be if it looked like this? And notice this one's going down. I'm going to pause for a second while you give that one a... Okay, so the most common mistake answer I saw was this. A lot of people had a negative. That's awesome that you notice with heading downwards. So it's negative. But a lot of people put negative 2x, and then they put... Most people had this bottom thing right of minus 1. What's wrong with that? It's backwards. Because it's rise over run. And the rise is negative 1. And the run is 2. So it should have been negative 1/2, not negative 2 over 1. All right. So next thing we have to do is if I give you 2 points, do you remember finding the slope just from 2 points? Focus. Focus. It's rise over run still. I'm going to pause for a second. Let me try one of those. The rise was the y's. That's a good question. I got to ask the question, do you always start with the bigger number? No. Actually, you always start with the number that's on the right. Okay, I don't understand. Shh. No talking right now. So you always start with the number on the right. So that one is first, and you subtract that one. You always start with the number on the right. I'll pause where you give that one a try again. There we go. Okay, so this one is the y's go on top, and it's usually what they say is y2 minus y1, and the x's go on the bottom. So that means 7 minus the 2 over the run, which is 5 minus the 2. 7 minus, okay, 3, thank you. 7 minus 3 is 4, over 5 minus 2 is 3. The slope on that one was 4/3. One more of those, because sadly when I went around, almost everybody had it wrong. Let's try one more like that. 3 comma negative 1, that's going to add some trickiness to it. And then 6 comma 9. And you're doing the rise over the run, which is also known as the slope. These are 2 points, point 1 and point 2. What is the slope? I'll pause, we try that. Okay, so This one, you should have said 9 minus -1. I didn't fool anybody on that? That's awesome. And then 6 minus 3, so that makes 10 over 6 minus 3 is 3. 10 over 3 is your slope. All right. So now, do you know that the shortcut name for slope is m? It is. In math, shortcut for slope. Very good. That comes from y equals mx plus b. Very good. So m is the slope, and b is the y-intercept. All right, so if I tell you both of those things, imagine for a second I was the student. Okay, I'm pausing for a sec. Okay, thank you. So if I was the student and I was about to write this one, I would have to remember that there is an x. But do you get it's as simple as you just drop in the 2/3 for the slope? Yeah. And you drop in the 5 for the b. 2/3 plus 5. That's it. That's all there is to it. Okay, that's the equation. But what would the graph be? That's what we're going to do next. I'm going to hand out graph paper because it'll be so much easier to actually have graph paper to do this on. Now, just hold on. So this is a whole bunch of problems. We're going to do some in class and some of it. Okay, this is the last chance, or you're leaving. Okay, you're going to step in the hallway now. All right, so here's number 1 on the worksheet, and it's got graph paper, so I'm going to just pull in a graph so you can know you'd have one of those if you're following along at home. And you have number 1 here on the worksheet called slope-intercept day 3, and this is m equals 1/2 and b equals 2. Where would you start? With the 1/2 or the 2?
2.
With the 2. You put a dot right there because that's a y-intercept, and this is the y-axis here, so I put a 2 dot right there. Then you write the slope. How much should I rise? How much should I run? Rise, run. Rise 1, run 2. You have to do it a couple times because I want 3 dots. Then you can connect them with a line going through them and say it's good enough. I do not need you to make dots across the entire page. That's just busy work. But why do I make 3 of them? Because 2 dots could be off. Do you get if you do 2 dots and you do it slightly wrong? You'd never know it because you draw a line through them and that's it. But if 3 dots line up, you know then that you're perfect. 2 dots could easily be mistaken, but if you do 3, they'll either all line up and be awesome, or it'll be obvious that they don't line up. If your 3 dots do this, then something went wrong. Okay, so you make 3 dots and connect them. Last thing is, you have to write the equation. Okay, so what's the equation for it? Y equals, say it. Keep going. Yep. Perfect, nice job. Write that equation down next to it. Y equals 1fx plus 2. All right, so let's go on to number 2. I know some people are already done with this, which is awesome. M equals -3, B equals 6. B, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back when you were like 8, you didn't get homework on Halloween, but unfortunately now you're too old. Being young at heart does not give you a good enough excuse. All right, so I'm going to go rise of -3. What does that mean? Rise -3. Down 3, very good, and then over 1, and there we go. Is 2 dots good enough? Nope, got to do 3. Round 3 over 1, there we go. Am I done? Nope, got to make a equation. Y equals -3 plus 6. What do I forget? True, x. I don't have to have the over 1, but I have to have the x. All right. Sure. What is read me 3. Y equals x minus 4. Well, that's cruel. They didn't even tell you the slope and the M and the B. But you know them, don't you? That is a 1. If you didn't know this, that means that you forgot something important, that there's always a 1 in front of a variable like that. So yes, the slope is 1, and the y-intercept is -4. So start at -4 and have a slope of 1, and I bet you're going to be okay from there. Remember, it's 1 over 1. Rise, run, run, 1. Okay. I have done the first 3 for you, which you should already have done on your paper, all right? And from there, you take it from there. Given that it is Halloween, I am going to cut this down. We're going to, I'm going to chop off 3 of them for you. 13 has always been an unlucky number. Do you guys know why 13 is unlucky?
Oh, here we go. 13 and a half or something.
All right. That's all I have for the video for today.